everyone. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. It feels very weird to not be playing Vampire right now. I'm gonna be so real. Welcome on in. We have a very special little mini series tonight. We're gonna be running through the Chariot of the Gods cinematic for Alien RPG. But first, let's introduce our players, and we will start with Jay, as per usual when she's in my games.
As usual, I am a Nepo baby. Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Abigale. You'll learn more about her later, but you can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubess. I'm a little sick, so feel bad for me and Myriad. Please and thank you.
Bounds.
Hey, it's me. I'm LittleBones309. I'm your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch. But over here for now, I'll be playing Reagan Valentine, your newest favorite captain, who has no flaws whatsoever and has a little friend that will be following her about the ship, and nothing bad will happen to the friend at all. I've been assured.
Mournian.
I am Mournian, playing Mr. Sammy Riskin. We'll find out more about him as we go on, but you can find me pretty much in any of these amazing players chats being a general nuisance. That's really about it for me.
Joel. As to be expected, Creep.
Hi, I'm DarlingCreepshow. I am your resident creep on Twitch. I play TTRPGs all across the interweb with my bestest friends. And on my channel, I primarily paint TTRPG minis. You can find me all across the internet as DarlingCreepshow. And tonight, I'm going to be playing the company rep, who will certainly be everybody's best friend, Diana Christensen.
Certainly will be someone's best friend, probably. At some point, maybe. And hi guys, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. If you like variety gaming and TTRPG content, this is what we do here. We are on a break from my D&D 5e homebrew campaign, All We've Lost. And I wanted to run some aliens with my friends because nothing builds friendships quite like trauma. Also, if you cannot tell, I am recovering from an illness, specifically COVID. So I am a little hoarse. There's no pain or anything, but I do sound like I am in pain. I am not. So rest assured. But yeah, I think that we can get started. If that's okay with everyone. In the silent expanse of space, where stars burn with quiet fury and shadows dance with ancient secrets, humanity's journey among the stars is but a fragile thread woven into the infinite tapestry of the universe. We are but specks adrift in the vastness, our ships mere candles flickering against the darkness. One such ship drifts through the cold void. What's the story, Mother? You are space truckers on the star freighter USCSS Montero, running the Gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas that is in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. Usually, cargoes such as these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas a safe distance from the freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small run is a special order for a Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point and sporadically pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive and went FTL. Your cargo run so far has been without incident. Now, you are just awakening from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. Awakening from hypersleep is both disorienting and surreal, as though you are in a waking dream. As consciousness gradually seeps back into your mind, you feel groggy and your thoughts are sluggish as they struggle to break through the haze. You're faintly aware of your surroundings. A sterile chamber bathed in artificial light, a steady hum of the ship echoing through the air. Your body feels heavy and unresponsive, muscles protesting against use after so long, and then sensations flood back in disjointed fragments. A tingling numbness as circulation returns to your limbs, the taste of the stale, recycled air on your tongue, the rhythmic thud of your own heartbeat against your ears. Gradually, the world comes into focus. There is work to be done, of course, but first, a shower and a meal. An hour after awakening, we find ourselves in the galley of the Montero. Food has been prepared and splayed out on the table in a family-style serving as you all dig into your first meal after who knows how long in hypersleep. We pan around the table, circling behind everyone as they have gathered, settling on the back of one particular individual's head. Our captain. Please introduce yourself.
I am Captain Reagan Valentine. I am seen as this sort of slight figure with a grizzled face. She does not smile often, and when it does, it almost seems unnerving. Young-ish, old enough to have some experience. That much is shown on her face. She doesn't dress in any fare of any type. You'll see her in a military jacket, a thermal shirt, something that is most comfortable and efficient. And she is sort of no nonsense. Doesn't really like that there's a corporate around right now. Likes to be left alone and to do her work with her crew and no interference.
We move to your right, where our pilot sits.
Abigail Davis is what some would consider like middle of nowhere kind of sweetheart. She's, dark hair, usually in overalls. Wears glasses, but doesn't really need them to see. It's more just like for herself. She's not particularly fond of being told what to do, but the captain is a captain, and the captain has a cat. So if I get to pet the cat and I get to listen to the captain, then why not? He's a little bit nervous if there's somebody on board, just because of the captain's apprehension. But make friends easily. So she thinks. Yeah, that's about it.
Across the table, we have our technician.
Hello. Sammy is short in stature, but looks like he's built very, very beefy. He is strong little dude. Interested to see how this goes. He's kind of the one who loves tinkering with everything anyway, so we'll see how he gets on about this situation.
Next to Sammy, we have his friend, our cargo handler.
It's Quinn. That's the name. He's built kind of like Sammy, except he's not short. He's just a big dude. He's got his work clothes on. He's kind of just trying to get through the food so he can go back to handling that cargo. I think he's gonna have to move some stuff on from that top shelf. He's gonna have to put it on the middle shelf, more accessible. And then that way I can move the stuff that's currently on the floor that we just got in. I need to shuffle some stuff around,
And then sitting with the chair on either side of her empty is our corporate liaison.
Diana Christensen. She is a tall woman of athletic build. Her features are harsh. She looks stoic. She's dressed for the part well, slicked hair, light blue eyes, and she's eyeing the crew before her quietly.
Well, dinner normally involves conversation. Is there any conversation going on?
Not from the captain. You will see an arm wrapped around her tray, and the other hand is just very quickly shoveling as much food into her mouth as she possibly can. She looks as though if you were to like move your hand too close to her tray, you will get stabbed by a fork.
All right.
I don't think Diana's speaking much either. She's just quietly eating and assessing the people around her.
Just woke up, so yeah, not saying much.
All right. Well, with your meal being a quiet affair, your stomachs are sated rather quickly, and you all fall back into your normal work duties. You all know the first order of business is to check the cargo and hail Sutter's World to prepare for delivery. So where would you find yourselves? On the Montero. And at this point, you guys can go to Owlbear Rodeo for a map of your ship.
I'm probably headed to the bridge.
Okay.
With a dinner roll.
Just a nice little snack, little to-go snack.
I
love
think
that.
I think Sammy would head towards Mother's terminal to run diagnostics since it's been a while since anything's been done.
You do know, Sammy, that you will need Captain Reagan's or Diana's permission to get into the Mother console.
He will approach the captain. Morning, Captain.
Sammy.
Looking to attempt to get into console. Wanted to run diagnostics on Mother since we've been asleep for so long.
All right, let's go.
Thank you.
And she'll walk out of the galley and then down into that little enclave, which houses Mother.
Yep.
And it's just a login, right?
Yeah, you have to basically swipe him in.
All right. And I think as she's swiping, she's gonna call out to Mother almost affectionately. Good mother. Good mother. Good
Mother.
morning, Mother.
Good morning, Captain.
Sammy here's gonna run some diagnostics.
Of course, Captain.
She's all yours. Be gentle with my girl.
Of course. And Sammy will begin plugging away, running diagnostics on everything to see if there's any damage to the ship or anything like that.
Sammy, as you're running the diagnostics, you will still note there was that sensor glitch that had originally been pinged off prior to you guys going FTL and into hypersleep. Doesn't seem to have fixed itself.
All right, he will do his best to locate and then go to see if he can grab some tools to try to figure out what's wrong.
Okay. Quinn, what are you doing?
You know, organizing the cargo.
So you are down in the cargo, operating a forklift without a license. Got it.
Whoa! I'm going through the classes.
Slowly
You're
but
not
surely.
licensed.
I don't know why you guys gotta out me like this, but okay.
Those safety tests are hard, I know.
Truly.
They're online classes.
Diana, what are you doing?
I imagine that Diana is standing at the bridge. She stands quite rigidly with her hands clasped behind her back, and she is looking out into the open space.
I would take it that Pilot Davis, you are likely to be trying to hail Sutter's World at this time, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you attempt to hail Sutter's World, you're waiting for a return ping from their beacon tower, and you don't get one back.
Is there any way for me to know that where we're supposed to be?
There sure is. If you would like to check navigation, please roll me a ComTech roll.
I can do that. All right. Yes. So it's just.
Yep.
What would that be? Just the 2?
So that's going to be whatever is in your ComTech as well as your wits.
Okay. Wonderful. That's a lot of dice. Okay. Well, it pays to be smart.
You're a smart guy.
So I'm just anything above a
6. You have to get a 6 for a success.
Okay. So yeah, I got 1.
Okay. That is enough. Sorry, I'm going to mute really quick. You realize you're looking at the star charts. This is the wrong system. As you're scanning through the monitor, it maps out the surrounding stars and systems, and you're nowhere near Sutter's World. You are in deep space between the stars.
I'm gonna, Diane's still here. I'm just gonna, ma'am.
Yes, Davis.
I need to make my way around you. Would you like my dinner roll? I just gotta check something real quick.
No, thank you. Is there something wrong, Davis? And she's gonna step to the side.
No, I got crumbs on my keys, and so I think they're stuck. I just gotta unstuck them.
Diana, Davis is being weird.
She's definitely keeping an eye on her.
I'm gonna be real awkward, and can I hail the captain?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared of this woman.
There's like an intercom that you can press to make like a ship-wide announcement.
Okay. I mean, it's just us, so I'll make a ship-wide announcement. Captain, it seems that we have landed not where we're supposed to be.
I think she'll look to Sammy and sort of give him a once-over. You've got this, right?
Absolutely. Sure.
Don't fuck with my girl.
Done nothing to her. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it.
All right. And then she's just gonna burst out of that enclave out into the bridge to look for Davis.
You find Davis looking rather nervous, and Diana is standing, not quite next to her, but looming.
She's a long-legged woman.
See, the good thing about these dinner rolls, they last real long. So
what's up,
you can just
Davis?
eat them stale.
What's wrong? What's the issue? What are you talking about? We're not where we're supposed to be. What does this mean?
I'm gonna show her the charts and go, well, we're in the middle of nowhere between systems. We're supposed to be here. This is where we left. We're right here.
Why? Why are we here now?
That's what I was gonna ask Sammy. I can check the computer again. I'll check it again, I guess.
No, I believe you. She's gonna sort of glance back at Diane, a little bit nervously,
You see that she's just looking out the window into the open space.
There's something decidedly wrong about her, I think. And that's not even my own issue with corporate. Anyway, all right, get with Sammy. This isn't right. And looking at these charts, do I have any indication of anything that might give me a hint as to how we got to this place?
It looks like you were likely on your way to Sutter's World. You feel like the systems nearby, they're not unfamiliar, but you're definitely not where you're supposed to be. You're thinking maybe Mother made it, like maybe you were awoken from hypersleep early. But it's weird. It actually, it's a little unsettling because this has not happened to you before.
Diana's gonna break her eye contact with space. And she's gonna turn and look to you, Bones. Captain Valentine, have you consulted with Mother at all today since we've awoke?
Sammy's working on her now. There was an issue.
Perhaps we should go check in with the progress.
Yeah.
Almost as if she was summoned. And Sammy, while you're in Mother's chambers, you do note her console sort of light up as you hear the ship-wide announcement. Attention, Captain Valentine. Report to Mother Chamber immediately.
Well, there's my cue. And she'll head over there.
Diana's gonna follow her.
You both navigate back down into the little enclave where, you know, Mother is stored. Entering the code into the door, you do find Sammy sort of diligently working. What would you like to do? You know that if there are any orders, it will likely not come through with Sammy in the room.
Sammy, take a walk.
I'm halfway. Oh, okay. Sammy will kind of close up what he's doing. And
Sammy, you felt like you were so close to diagnosing the problem. You were like right there. And as you get up, you're just like, fuck.
I guess I can just start over in a few minutes.
I think she would notice this probably about Sammy, and Reagan would sort of give you like an I'm sorry pat on the shoulder, like, listen, corporate, you know, corporate's here.
He'll just keep walking.
And she'll go up to Mother. What's up,
Okay.
Mother?
You sit down in there is a chair sort of in front of a single console. And as you sit down, as you take a seat, you see a message appearing on the screen. Distress signal detected. Investigate immediately.
I think you will get a long, long, long sigh from Captain Valentine. And I would imagine Diana's behind me.
Yeah, she's standing directly behind you, looking down at the screen.
And she'll sort of like sling her head back. Distress signal. You know anything about this?
I don't. Ask Mother if she can tell us where it's coming from.
Mother, where's the distress signal coming from?
There is a brief pause before a message appears on the screen. Unknown. Location will need to be triangulated to trace the distress signal to its source.
Mother, can you triangulate that distress signal, please?
You hear just like computer whirs. It's likely she's working on it.
That's what I imagine she
Yeah.
sounds like.
Mhm.
Yeah. She speaks in Animal Crossing.
Computers of the future.
It will likely take a couple of minutes to do so, but once the location has been determined, you will be able to access it on the bridge.
Okay. All right. Come on, Diana. I guess this is a new part of the job, ethics and morals. Gotta help.
Should we
the little
gather the
guy.
rest of the crew?
Yeah. And she'll call over the intercom. Crew to the bridge, crew to the bridge. And just start heading back that way herself.
Quinn, you're down in the cargo bay, shelving and reshelving boxes that are likely empty. And you hear the announcement from Captain Valentine. Would you like to go and join the rest of the crew on the bridge?
He like puts the box away that he was lifting. He's just like, God, I can't get nothing done around here. It's always crew meetings. He goes up.
Could have been an email.
Could have been an email.
Within minutes, the crew is gathered at the bridge.
All right, guys. We got a distress signal. Mother's working on triangulation of where it is exactly. And I know we got the cargo, but there's a thing that they teach you in captain school where, where you got to kind of take these things in leaps and strides, and look, maybe we'll get a nice fat payout at the end of it, right? We in?
I mean, yeah. I'm not
Not
gonna
like we
say
have much
no.
of a choice.
Is there
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of cargo? Because you still haven't got me those racks I put in the paperwork for.
Look, acquisitions take time. Ask corporate. And she's going to sort of wave over to Diana.
Yeah, Diana's been standing next to you, almost using her stance to kind of enforce and like back up the things that you're currently saying about what we have to do.
Speaking of corporate, Diana, you would know that a direct order from Mother is an order from Weyland-Yutani itself. Ignoring this order means forfeiting your shares and receiving no money for the run.
Yeah, I share that with everybody to back Captain Valentine up just a little bit more.
I mean, you got the coordinates? Because
Mother's
I'm
working
ready to
on
hit
it.
the gas.
We're going. All
Do we
right.
know anything about this?
I don't know shit, man. I'm sorry, Sammy, but we're kind of going in blind here. Look, we got a distress signal. Somebody's in trouble. It is the most ethical decision to go help them. We're going to help them.
Oh yeah, ethics. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
Love me that word.
She's going to sort of slide a look over to Diana. Ethics. Anyway.
Hopefully this will only take a day or two and we can be on our way.
Yeah, well, let's make it quick and then, boot, scoot, and boogie.
I'm gonna go find wires to twist together.
All right.
Sammy, as you're about to leave the bridge, the sensors begin to ping frantically, signaling that something is approaching.
Sammy will rush over to the monitor, begin furiously typing whatever he needs to type to try to identify these incoming aliens.
Something is on a collision course with the Montero. You hear Mother's voice echo through the bridge. To all crew, proximity warning. Brace for impact in T-minus 30 seconds. Klaxons on the bridge rage as warning red lights flash. You look to the bow window of the ship as a small area without stars seems to grow closer and closer. You realize it's a derelict ship without any running lights or beacons. Brace for collision. Mother drones. Davis, I need you to make a piloting check with a -2. So that means you're going to be -2 dice.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Only you had advantages.
If only I had advantages.
You do have an advantage if you want to...
Okay. I'm making sure I have all the dice I need. Okay. Okay. That's the good dice. Okay, and then I'm going to add the extra dice in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4 6s.
4 6s.
Yeah.
Davis, your instincts just kick in immediately. You sit down, like, as soon as your ass touches that seat, you are in pilot gear. You are ready to go. You know exactly what to do. You know which way to turn in order to just barely avoid colliding with this ship. Luckily, had you collided, you know that severe damage would have been done to the Montero, which would have eaten up even more of your time. But now you are, the sensors have slowly started to slow to a stop. And as you are sort of almost like side by side with this ship, you can look out your windows and you'll note that this is some sort of, it's almost like a ghost ship. There's no lights. And it's almost kind of weird how Diana was staring straight out the window. It's almost like she saw it, or at least prophesized it coming. But yes, you are in the clear for now. And you hear Mother's voice over the intercom. Detected ship is the source of the distress signal.
Oh, lovely. It came to us.
What the fuck is it doing all the way out here? Cloaked.
If you'd like to kick on the
Question.
floodlights, you'd be able to kind of see it a little bit better.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
As the corporate liaison, Mother will respond to me as well if I speak to her, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Diana's gonna say, Mother, can you play this distress signal for us, or?
As she attempts to play the distress signal, it's garbled. You can't. It can't quite be made out.
Can I attempt to clean it up? Make it sound better? No.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, that's great. Davis, hit the floodlights, please.
Yes, ma'am. Now hit the floodlights.
Davis, you navigate the Montero just a little bit further away from the ghost ship so that you're able to see a little bit more of it, and you click on the floodlights, and you're able to see that on the side of the ship, it says USCSS Cronus, which you all would know to be a Weyland SEV M3 Heliades class spacecraft that was launched in 2110 and has been missing for 3/4 of a century. It looks as though she is running on minimal power with all exterior and interior lights off. The only sign of life is the repeating distress signal. And Sammy, you're actually, as you're trying to sort of work out what the distress signal says, you're actually able to sort of ungarble it. Ship identified, and it's an SOS signal. It's saying, help us, help us, help us, help us. Just over and over and over again.
Captain, you might want to hear this. And
Play it, Sammy. Yeah.
And it's just over and over, just like the same voice. Help us, help us, help us, help us.
Do I recognize the voice from anything?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
Do we know when the distress signal was made? Do we have any sort of indication of how long ago?
You do know that it's 75 years, likely 75 years ago.
I know. No, I could almost guarantee you there's nothing on that ship alive, but
Unless they're in stasis.
True. We don't know that, Riskin.
And they might have some shelving.
Might be a
Always.
forklift.
Always the opportunist.
Hey, have you ever thought about going for a spacewalk, bud?
No. You know, I really only like being in the cargo hold. Don't really like that outside stuff.
I think maybe you should learn how to do a spacewalk. Anyway, all right. Let's talk in the galley. Let's sit down. We gotta get on that ship, I guess.
Mother's
And-
voice echoes. Ship identified as the USCSS Cronus. Salvage operation to commence via Weyland-Yutani Contractor X. 1. Recover scientific data and samples from the USCSS Cronus. 2. Escort the salvage Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility. 3. Save crew members on the Cronus.
Were you aware of this, Diana?
Can't say that I was.
You will
Do
see
I-
floor plans start to flash on your terminals.
Do I get a sense that Diana is being truthful to me at the moment?
I'm going to say that is going to be up to Diana and your relationship with her thus far. Has she proven to be untrustworthy in any way?
Well, yeah, she's a corporate. Fuck her.
Well, then you would immediately be suspicious of her then.
All right, I narrow my eyes. All right. Sure, corporate. Look, we got floor plans. Let's have a sit. Let's figure out who goes on, what we do, and then get the fuck out of here. This is spooky.
I'm afraid, Captain Valentine, that everybody must go on Cronus,
Including you?
including myself.
One big happy family.
I'm gonna
Wow.
whisper to Sammy, if she just had an inkling of like inflection in her voice, she'd scare me less.
Big girl putting her big pants on, coming to do some hard labor.
I do what Wayland tells me to do. And that directive said that we're to board the Cronus and return it to a Wayland dock.
Oh, we're gonna board the Cronus, and we're gonna return it to a Wayland dog. I'm sure, Diana, you can understand this is extra work for my crew. Extra pay.
Captain Valentine, this ship has been missing for nearly 75 years.
Yeah.
I can assure you that if you return it as asked, that the company will reward you appropriately for doing such.
Right on. All right. Let's make a plan. And I think I'm gonna head down to the galley and sit at the table and pull up the map if possible.
Yep.
Or the floor plans of the Cronus.
As the captain's walking, Sammy's gonna be somewhat close behind her and in kind of a hushed tone. I don't think they'd have been yelling, "Help us" for a malfunction.
Fuck no. Something's wrong with this shit. I don't know if Diana knows it or not, but listen, I got intuition. I'm not fucking stupid. Let's just keep our wits about us and keep an eye on Diana.
Don't let her behind you.
Oh, she's always behind me.
I'm actually walking behind you right now. My character doesn't say that. She's quietly walking behind you.
I wish she did say it. I think I'll look behind me. Ugh. Who's there? Like that gif from The
Okay.
Office.
Teach her about personal space.
Strange bird. Anyway, whatever. And I also would like to have a second to pull up my stuff manifest. Things
Yeah.
that I have.
Mhm.
And I'm making my list and I'm checking it twice, and it looks like everyone gets a compression suit.
Sweet.
Correct.
I think I might
Alright.
come in.
Once everybody kind of just sits down, she's kind of scrolling through and checking to see what she's got to give out. All right, we don't know what's on the ship. We don't know why they sent a distress signal out or what they wanted help from. Could be something a little freaky. Let's keep our wits about us. Let's keep our heads on straight. Let's not panic. All right. I am going to go ahead and acquisition some things to you guys. I will go ahead and acquisition myself a service pistol. Diana. I don't want to give you an incendiary unit, but I think it would be funny if you did have it. I'm just making a joke now, just so we're clear. That is funny. It's okay to laugh. Just the idea of you doing that is really, really funny to me. Diana, can you handle a motion tracker? Are you good with that? You just hold it up, and then it tells you when there's motion. It tracks it.
I think I can handle this. Though, if I remember correctly, Myriad, from the films, those are like really big instruments, right?
So we're gonna operate under the we're operating under alien isolation with this, where it's a handheld thing.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna take that.
All right, and some power supplies for it. Bolt gun. Abigale, I trust you.
You shouldn't.
I need to trust you this time. Can you? I think she'll look at Abigale like dead in the eye. I can trust you. Like she's not asking you if she can or not. She is telling you that she does. Sammy, can you do something with this cutting torch?
Yeah.
Sick. All right, that leaves a harpoon, grappling gun, and power loader and incendiator unit. How big is the incendiary? I can't say it.
Incinerator unit? It's like a
Thank you.
flamethrower. So there's gonna be like a tank on it.
All right. And what about the power loader?
Let's see what the power loader is. So that is basically like almost like a power suit. From like Fallout almost. It's gonna be it's gonna give like a higher armor rating.
Right. Quinn, if I give you this incinerator unit, if you fuck me, I will beat you to death with it. I won't even set you on fire. I will beat you to death with it.
I figured I would just stay in the cargo hold. You guys can
No,
go.
you're coming. You're coming.
No,
There's
I
a
don't
cargo
like-
hold there. There's a cargo hold that you can look. A whole new cargo hold that might need to be organized. You're coming with us.
But we're gonna do. You guys are gonna activate like the elevator, so I don't have to go outside the ship.
Yeah. You don't have to go
Okay.
outside.
Okay, good. You
You're
know,
okay.
I
I
do not
know.
like
I
it.
know. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
But you're
Whew.
not going to set anything on fire that doesn't need to be on fire, right?
I can handle the operation of that item that you give me.
Say it. Say it, Quinn. Say the name of it.
Quinn's gonna look at Sammy.
It's an incinerator.
She's like,
Okay.
Vouch for me, dude. Vouch that I won't burn stuff.
No.
All right. And then this power loader. This thing's heavy, right?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to give everything away, by the way. Like you can keep stuff on the ship, but
I like to have my things. Thoughts, crew? Do we bring the power loader or not?
I mean, I love using that thing, but very useful for loading cargo.
Well-
Don't know how much use will be for this.
Well, we don't know what the state of the inside of the Kronos is like, and if we're to repair it and return it, it could come in handy.
All right.
Perhaps we should give it to the technician.
All right.
I have a
fine.
name, but sure, that's
His
fine.
name's Sammy. Okay.
I'm sorry, Riskin.
Whatever. And Sammy will begin the arduous task of putting on this suit.
Outstanding.
He's keeping
right.
his
No
cutting
help.
torch, though.
All right. Let's start our maneuvering.
Okay. So you would know that there are two ways you can attempt to board the Cronus at this moment, and that is you can either spacewalk to the airlock, or you can attempt to connect the Montero's passageway umbilical to the Cronus.
We're gonna umbilical for the sake of Quinn because he is a little baby.
Okay.
And does not like the outside world. And does that mean that Abigail needs to get the ship next to?
Correct.
Yeah.
Abigail, Davis, you are going to need to make me a piloting roll in order to match the Cronus's speed and course with the Montero.
That's 3 6s.
Amazing. Davis, there's a reason that you're the pilot for the Montero. And that's because you don't fucking crash into shit. With ease, you're able to set the Montero's speed and course to match the Cronus's, and you are cruising right on next to it. You know that you have given yourself enough room as well to launch the umbilical passageway.
Quick question, just for my own brain.
Mhm.
As far as sizes are concerned, are these two ships in similar size, or?
That's an excellent question. So the Cronus is 130 meters. And the Montero is 334 meters. So the Montero is significantly bigger.
Sweet.
All
So-
right. Go ahead, sir.
I was going to say you guys are going to launch the umbilical passageway.
Yep.
So as the you guys launch the passageway, and you guys are in the, so basically you have to go into like a little airlock and launch the passage. And you guys are in your suits now. I'm going to clarify that you guys have donned your suits, your EVA suits. And you will launch the umbilical passageway, and it will sort of jut up against the outer portion of the airlock for the Cronus, and it will sort of suction on to the side of the Cronus, and there is like a little button that you have to press to basically decompress.
All right. I'll do that, and I'm gonna have the entire crew, including Diana, go ahead of me.
Mhm.
Because I, before I go, am making little kissy sounds.
Yeah.
Bobby.
You hear like a little trill.
Bobby.
She comes, sort of looks around the corner at you.
You're in charge of the ship. Don't fuck up.
If she could salute, you imagine she would have saluted.
I imagine her saluting. Outstanding. All right. Who's a pretty kitty? Outstanding. All
With
right.
Captain Pavi in charge of the ship, and the umbilical passageway now safely attached to the Cronus, you all can begin your way towards the Cronus's airlock.
All right.
It's a little weird. The passageway it's a little weird to walk. Perhaps it's more just a psychological thing of knowing that on either side of you is just dead space. And that all of that is separating from you guys from space is just metal. But as you make your way to the main airlock, you note that the outer door seems to be damaged. as though it's sort of been buckled in from the inside. If you try to open it, you're gonna be met with resistance. It doesn't seem that you're gonna be able to open it through traditional means.
You got that power cutter?
Yeah, this does not look promising.
No, this is pretty fucked looking already.
Sammy, if you'd like to make me a heavy machinery roll.
Well, sure. And that's so heavy machinery plus strength.
Yes.
That's a lot of d6. And I'm only telling you sixes, or I apologize.
Yeah, only 6s.
1 6.
That is more. That's enough. So as it takes a little bit of time, it's a slow. You're slowly cutting through the metal of the door. So it takes you about 10 minutes. But as soon as you breach through the buckled door, you're able to see inside the main airlock junction. There's a ladder that you know from the plans leads down to decks B and C, and perhaps the most unsettling part is that there are scuff and scratch marks covering the wall, as though someone had fought some kind of animal inside.
What in the hell happened in here? And he will kind of shift his gaze quickly and intensely to our corporate liaison.
That's what we're here to find out, Mr. Riskin.
Does she seem surprised by seeing the inside?
You've never seen Diana seem surprised at all.
Fair.
She's a very stoic woman.
All right.
Now that the outer door has been cut open, however, you are going to need to pressurize the inner airlock. If you'd fail to do so, you know that there will be an explosive decompression.
He will walk to the nearest terminal he can find and try to begin the process.
It's very easy. It's very, very easy to do that, knowing that you have to do that. There is that sort of almost like that, it's like that air sizzling noise as the air sort of pressurizes. And you are left in the airlock of the Cronus.
Well, Captain, what's next?
All right, let's all move in.
Okay. So I'm going to switch to the map view, and you guys are going to be able to see on the map as well. So you are currently on Deck A of the Cronus. You are at Junction A1. This is where you have entered through the ship.
Got it.
And I will let you know that unlike the mother chamber on the Montero, you know you will not be able to access the Mother 2000 chamber without a key card or the authorization from the captain or the corporate liaison for the Cronus, which they're likely dead, so.
Well, we're not talking to Mother anytime soon. So, my suggestion, we split up and we start searching around.
Perhaps we can send Mr. Riskin to check the status of the ship.
Sammy, you got your little paws all over that, buddy?
Aye, Captain.
What's up,
Can I
Abigail?
I just want to point out the freakishly cut up wall.
Yeah,
Can
that's
I
why
just-
you gotta. That's why you gotta. That's why I'm trusting you, right?
I'm
I'm
I
trusting you
suppose. Yep. Mm-hmm.
because I can trust you. You're right. Don't worry about it. You're sticking with me. Diana, I think You be okay in the hands with Quinn there?
Yeah, though I think perhaps Mr. Hames would be more suited working alongside Mr. Riskin with his suit and figuring out what's wrong with the ship, how
All
we
right.
can get it started again.
Girls trip, I guess. I tried Abigale.
I need my inhaler when I'm around her.
She's so scary.
I can go seek to retrieve the scientific data that's been asked if you would like to begin searching for any survivors.
Yeah.
We have comms in our suits, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'll look at Abigail and say, all right, let's make our way down to cryo. All right, see if there's anybody there. Diana, before you go.
Yes.
I won't let you die. Just so we're clear. Like I don't want you to die.
I appreciate that, Captain Valentine. I hope nobody dies.
Yeah, I just so you know, I don't wish ill on you, I think.
I think I understand. Captain
Okay.
Valentine.
Okay.
I do ask that since I am going alone, perhaps a weapon of some sorts, protection for myself.
You know what? Take my service weapon. I'll take. Give me the bolt gun, Abigail.
I'll give you the bolt gun.
Thanks, honey.
What did you just give me, Bones?
My service weapon, my service pistol.
Okay.
Okay, so we will start with Abigail and Captain Valentine. You are heading towards the cryo chambers?
Yep.
All right.
By ourselves?
Oh,
Right.
bye. Listen, I tried to parent everybody up.
It'll be fine. What do you mean? It'll be fine.
Everything's fine.
You make your way down the passageway through to the cryo chambers. And as you make your way to the main door, you note that there are claw marks around the edges of the doorway, almost as if something was trying to scratch its way in. What would you like to do?
I don't love that. Is the door locked?
You go to try to open it, and it is locked. It looks like it is locked from the inside.
Can I, pry it open somehow?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any way that I can can we together try prying it open?
If you want to make me a heavy machinery roll.
Before we do that, is there a window?
Yeah, so there's a little glass window, and it appears like it's almost kind of fogged up. So you can't really see too far into the room. What is it you're looking for?
Signs of life.
You're looking in, you don't see anything moving.
I'm so scared right now, Myriad. I'm so scared.
Don't be. This is just it's like a fun little space adventure. Very lighthearted.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. I'm fucking frightened. I don't want to open that door. Bones does not want to open that door. Captain Valentine does. Bones doesn't. I guess I'm gonna open the door.
All right. I need one of you to make me a heavy machinery roll. But because you're being assisted, you'll get a +2. So you'll be able to add 2 dice to the dice pool.
Is that so that's my strength that I'm using?
Strength and heavy machinery, yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything in heavy machinery?
I have 1 in heavy machinery.
I'm a roll it. I feel good.
Go for it.
Do I roll 2 extra dice or just add?
You're gonna roll 2 extra dice, yes.
Okay. Let me move my sody pop. Because I'm about to fling some dice, baby. And you want 6s?
Yes.
I got 1 6, baby.
You are able to sort of, with the help of Davis, to sort of angle yourself just right, where you're able to sort of pry the tips of your fingers into just the smallest of cracks that you're able to find from the scratch marks. And with all of your strength, you fucking rip this door back. And once it's separated from the latch, it slides right into it's one of those doors that sort of slide into the wall.
I'm so strong.
You're very strong. Would you like to go in?
I'd like to peek my little head in first. And I'm
How much of your head?
Around. Why you ask me that? Like this much of my head. Okay. This much.
You're looking around. There's nothing in there. There, you see the cryo beds. It looks like the chambers are covered in frost.
Okay.
But you'd have to go in closer to see more.
I think I'm gonna look back at Abigale and say, well, listen, if something weird happens in this whole shenanigans, I just need you to stay alive, and you need to understand that Pavi's ratio is 2 cups of dry food, half a can of wet food at a time.
Yeah, no, you've made me feed her before. Yeah,
she's very particular, and you have to tell her she's a pretty kitty at least once a day.
Okay, understood.
Okay, got it. And I'm gonna step inside.
You get closer to the chambers that are covered in frost, and inside them, you see what appears to be sleeping crew members.
I'm gonna get on comms. Diana.
Yes, Captain Valentine.
We've got crew here, alive, in cryo.
Is there any way of waking them up?
You would be aware that it would likely be impossible to wake them up without the help of Mother 2000.
We're waiting on Sammy on that one. Sammy, we need to figure out a way to get power going and get these crewmates out of here.
It's been 3 minutes, Captain.
I'm just telling you an update.
I'm just telling you that I haven't even got to the terminal yet.
Sammy, you beautiful man. Take your time. Don't take your time.
I'm getting very mixed signals here. I'm going to keep doing what I was doing.
Work very efficiently. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Sammy.
You do note, Captain Valentine, as you are making your way around the rooms, around the various cryo chambers, it looks like there are surviving crew members. However, a lot of the cryo chambers seem to be vacant. And you know that a ship of this size likely had a fairly large crew. And as you sort of step the corner, you note two pods next to each other. You see it's jarring as you step around the corner and you see 2 mummified corpses sort of staring back at you, sort of kind of almost like they fell into the cryo bed, but didn't quite make it in all the way.
All crew. Just a heads up. We're probably gonna come across some dead bodies. Don't be grossed out about it, Quinn. I know that one time you watched that movie and you got really upset and you cried a little. Don't cry this time. This is for real. Just a heads up.
Quinn just like looks at Sammy. He's like, it wasn't that bad. Like, it's mostly the outside is what gets me. Okay, like dead body. Like, yeah, okay, that one scene got me a little bit, but
it was a heartwarming scene. I understand.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's keep going. Don't let the captain get under your skin too much.
She doesn't at all.
No, it doesn't sound like she does.
Since we're having a conversation between Sammy and Quinn, where is it that you two are heading?
Sammy is heading up towards Mother's terminal, or up towards the mother room, but
Okay,
he does want to.
you do know that you will not be able to get into this chamber without a pass card.
I was hoping to pass a terminal, or if there was one nearby
Mm-mm.
for room. Nope. Okay, well then I will come back to the nearest terminal I can find.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there is an access terminal. So you would know that there's an access terminal right outside of the cryo chambers. So you'll have to kind of trail behind the captain and Davis.
Yeah, I would walk over there, and once we're I want to do a few things. One, I want to see the general status of the ship. Any information I can get as far as, are there any hull breaches? Is there anywhere on the ship where there seems to have been issue?
So as you're running those diagnostics, you do note that there doesn't seem to have been any hull breaches. However, it seems that the life support system has been turned off. So you'll note that the temperature in here you're in a deep freeze. It's freezing in here. If you were to take off your suits, you would become freezing very quickly. The air as well is stale, and it seems there's a high concentration of carbon dioxide, which means that you likely have to fix the air scrubbers. So there's a chance that once the life support's turned back on, the air scrubbers will turn back on, but you're going to need to fix them and replace them.
All right, and would Sammy know if he needs to do it in a specific order, or would it be okay to go ahead and turn the life support on now and then go to the scrubbers?
Life support should be able to turn on now.
He'll attempt to turn on the life support.
So you will know that, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do that from this terminal. You would need to get into Mother's chamber to do that. So your first order, if you're trying to get into Mother's terminal, you're going to need to find a pass card of some kind, likely either the captains of the Cronuses or some sort of corporate liaison that was on ship for the Cronus.
Okay. And the other thing I would like to look for is, are there any logs or anything we can see from what might have happened?
So this is just like a sort of ship-wide terminal. This isn't a personal terminal. So as you're sort of looking through, you're noting a lot of just sort of access logs, and not a whole lot of any sort of personal logs.
All right. Sammy will kind of turn. Well, this wasn't super useful. Got to get the mother to do anything. Have you seen any bodies laying around? And he's looking directly at Quinn.
Has Quinn seen it? I'm assuming he's kind of been looking around. No, I haven't seen any.
You have not seen any bodies. The only bodies that you that have been found by the crew have been the two in the cryo chamber.
Looks like we need to go to the cryo chamber and see who's there. We're gonna have to get access to Mother to do anything.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get heading out.
All right. And they will head towards.
So you're going to meet up with Davis and the captain once you get in there. For now, we are going to shift to Diana. Diana, where are you heading?
She is going to be seeking out the laboratory on this vessel.
Okay. So you're able to navigate through the stairwell. I think it's on deck E. Let's see. Yes, so you're going to, are you trying for the science lab? Or the med bay? Okay.
Yeah, she's going to go to the science lab first.
All right. So you managed to traverse through the stairwell, and we are going to go to the science lab. You're walking through what you could only assume would be like the living area for the former crew. It's a little weird. It seems like a lot of things are just like displaced. Things have been turned over. it looks like people left in a hurry. But you managed to make it to Science Lab 2 first, which would be the first area that you'd walk through, which is surprising because it's Science Lab 2 and not Science Lab 1. And you are able to get into the room.
Okay. What do I see in this room?
This room is charred. It's like the charred shell of a room. Whatever happened here, the crew ended it really quick with the liberal use of an incinerator or 2. It looks like there is a burnt out partial remains of a drum of some kind in the room, and if you're going to sort of inspect a little bit further, you'll find a body, the charred remains of a body.
I'm gonna search that body if I find anything on it or if it's too far gone.
So it's shriveled. Its arms are sort of shriveled up like it's clutching at its chest. There doesn't seem to be anything, like anything it had on it probably likely was burnt. There's nothing left of any sort of clothing or anything either.
Okay. I'm gonna press on towards the secondary science lab.
All right. So you cross over the little sector into Science Lab 1. As you walk in, the lights sort of flicker a little bit. They're still off because all of the life support and everything is off, but they flicker just slightly. And you can't really smell a whole lot due to the EVA suit, but there is a stench of decay that still filters through the air, your air filters. And you imagine it would be almost overwhelming if you didn't have your suit on. And as you're sort of looking around, you do see what is likely a pile of bones. They look like little bones. And it looks like, are those like bite marks, like teeth marks on them?
So there's just remains
Mm-hmm.
in here. Yeah, she's going to turn, and she knows that the corporate suite is also on this level, and she's going to head towards the corporate suite at this point.
Okay. So the corporate suite, you're going to head back up through the first science lab, and back up through the living area. Sorry, I am just scrolling through. So you're going through, and you can enter into the corporate suite. This door is not locked, surprisingly. And this is a very spacious area. It's the corporate suite. It's the nicest room on the ship, obviously. And as you're looking, it looks like the bed is soaked with blood, or at least was soaked with blood at one point. There is dried blood crusted on the mattress and the bed sheets. The couch cushion stuffing is all torn out, and the furniture in the room looks like it's been destroyed, like it's been overturned and everything. Where would you like to look?
I am just going to start turning this room over, looking for any kind of information, but most importantly, their key card to get to Mother 2000.
All right. So the first thing you find, you're turning this room apart. The first place you immediately go to overturn the mattress. As you overturn the mattress, you note that there are drugs under the mattress. Excuse me.
What kind of drugs?
So it looks to be some sort of illegal stimulant that's meant to be injected into the ocular cavity.
Do I know anything about these?
Yeah, even now, 75 years later, this is like something that you buy. It's a lot of money.
Do I know, like, specifically what it would do to me were I to take it?
Mechanic wise, table talk, it would reduce stress.
Okay. I'm going to pocket those. How
Okay,
many?
and so there are going to be 4 doses.
Okay.
You also managed to find the wall safe. You're trying to get into it, but you know that this is only going to be accessible by the corporate liaison's code, which you do not have. You are managing. There's a wet bar. There's a wet bar. It looks like it was cleaved into 2. It is splintered and wrecked, and as are most of the bottles stored there, so you're not going to be able to find any sort of alcohol to impart on. And then there's also a walk-in closet, which, as you're taking a closer look, is that an escape pod?
That's nice to know. I'm gonna kind of rifle around in this totally normal walk-in closet.
As you're looking through, it seems like it's functional. But again, it looks like it can only be accessed through the corporate's code, like the wall safe. So you're not going to be able to actually use it unless you have the access card or the code. But it looks like the escape pod has 3 cryopods on it, but it's not FTL capable. So if you launch out, you're just going to be drifting until someone picks you up.
All right. Looking at this closet, I'm assuming that it's pretty obvious to anyone who were to walk in here to know that this is an escape pod.
Yes. If it's open, it's pretty noticeable, but
All
you
right,
you would be able to close it.
Yeah, when I leave, I'm gonna close that behind me. Mhm.
Okay. Anything else in this area?
No, if I've kind of gone through all the spots there, I would be done in this room.
Okay. Are you going to make your way back to the rest of the crew, or are you going to continue on your own? I should ask first.
I have one more place in my mind that I would like to search before I contact the crew.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
I'd like to go to the med lab.
All right. So you go into the med lab. There are, as you walk into this room, it looks like there are 2 older generation Pauling med pods, which is like, it's kind of like almost like a bed in the hospital that sort of does all the diagnosing and stuff for you. One has its plexiglass tube splintered and shattered as if something broke out of it. The other is sealed and lit from within, but the entire inner surface of the plexiglass looks like it's covered in dry blood. There is a row of large specimen jars. Floating within 2 of them are small alien creatures. What would you like to do?
Are those jars pretty well sealed?
Yeah.
How big are they? Like, could I slip one into my pocket kind of situation?
I would say they're probably like this big.
Okay.
Like a big pickle jar.
That. Before I'm done, I'm gonna look around the med lab for just any supplies while I'm in there before I head back to the crew.
All right. So I'll make some notes of some other things. On a far shelf is a smaller specimen jar without liquid, and it seems to contain some sort of fungal nodes. So this would be something you'd be able to pocket if you want.
Yeah, she's gonna pocket that.
And then on the desk next to it, it looks like some sort of metallic urn. There's 4 organic-looking glass vials inside the urn. 3 of them are intact with some sort of black liquid, while the other is cracked and empty. And you do note that the metallic urn is sort of cold. So you imagine if you take the vials out, you're going to have to keep them cold, which you don't have a way to do so right now.
Right. I think she's just going to make a mental note of that one.
Okay. There are, as you are rooting around, you look under the desk. And in the desk, underneath the desk, you find a medkit case. And it contains 6 syringes. And you are unsure of what the syringes do.
All right.
It doesn't seem to be labeled in any way.
Okay.
And then you will also
the kit on the outside like give any indication of like this potentially being something that heals?
it looks like it's something important.
Okay.
It looks like it's like a nice like stained metal, like a stainless steel metal case. Kind of like, I don't know, it's like very like James Bondy-esque, like that's like a James Bond villain would be carrying around. So
Okay.
it looks important. And then you will also be able to find 4 personal med kits. 6 doses of Never Sleep pills, hydration, and Naproleve can be found in these cabinets. And I'll put in the chat after game what those are. I don't anticipate you'll be needing them now.
I'm assuming the personal med kits, those are like healing kits.
It's enough to like stop bleeding. You'll be able to stop bleeding, bandage up anything, that kind of thing.
Cool. Does she find any kind of like bag she can kind of put this stuff into?
I'll say you'll be able to find like a duffel bag.
Cool. She's gonna take that and kind of load everything in there. And over comms, she's gonna ask crew, what is everybody's current location? I think it might be a good idea for us to meet up.
We can meet on the bridge.
I think that's a great call, Captain Valentine.
All right. And at this point, I think it's a good time for a little break. So we will take a cheeky little fiver here, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what the cast has to do. But we will be right back, so stick around. See you in a bit. Hello, everyone. People are kissing. I'm not going to say who, but I feel like you all know who. Anyway, Davis, Riskin, Hames, and Valentine, you received word from Diana Christensen, your corporate liaison, to meet her in the bridge on Deck B. As you all are heading towards the bridge, Diana included, you meet up just past the stairway, and as you're rounding the corner, panning your flashlights around, you find a slumped over, headless body of a man in a spacesuit. There is a splatter of blood and brain matter on the wall behind him, and you're fairly certain if you didn't have your suits on, there would be a rather distinct smell accompanying the sight. Beside the man lies a Model 37A2 shotgun. The longer you look at him, the more you realize how wrong he is. That something isn't quite right about him. His arms are a little too long, and you note tears at the forearms of his compression suit where it's been stretched. I need everyone to mark a stress level.
What if I don't? Me as my character doesn't feel stressed.
You just found a dead body. Well, a headless dead body.
What if I feel like my
Mark
character
the stress level, Bones.
Can I mark an extra stress level if I poke him in the head hole?
Don't poke him.
Are you trying to fuck it? What are you trying to do to it?
I just want to poke it in the head hole.
Can somebody clip that? Clip that.
Clip it and ship it.
You poke the head hole, and there's a very distinct squelching noise as Davis's finger goes straight down into the innards.
Davis, what did I tell you about poking head holes?
Don't.
Can you search his body while you're there?
I think Diana's going to take the shotgun.
Okay.
And she is going to pull the service pistol from her suit and hand it over to Captain Valentine.
Okay.
Now that we have more weapons on our person, I think you can have this back. Thank you for letting me take it, Captain Valentine.
Do you know how to use that thing? And she's like tucking her service pistol away. She still has a bolt gun that she took from Abigale.
I'm pretty sure you point and shoot.
Yeah, that's about it. Carry on.
Davis, as you're searching the body, you do find enough shotgun shells for one reload in the pocket of his compression suit.
Give Diana the
Here you
shotgun
go.
shells.
So,
Shot.
Diana, you will have essentially 3 shotgun shells.
Okay.
And you all keep heading towards the bridge?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Did he have any card on him or anything?
No.
Damn. Okay.
You all head into the bridge. You do note as you go in that the bridge is on battery reserve, so it is otherwise shut down. Only faint standby illumination gives off an eerie orange glow. The blast shutters are still lowered, shut tight around the viewports, and it looks like there's soot on the ceilings and several of the stations are burnt out. Is there a particular station that you would like to... Ooh, wrong button. Particular station you would like to investigate first?
I'd really like to check out the holo display table, see if there's anything functioning on that.
Okay. So this looks like a station that was once state-of-the-art hologram technology, but it's now slagged, burnt out by a fire on the bridge. It looks like it's damaged beyond repair.
Well, that's fucked.
I think Diana's going to come up next to you And noticing that all of this is a mess, she's gonna drop the duffel bag that she's carrying onto the table. I stopped by the med bay on my search, and I was able to find some supplies in there that could be beneficial if we find any survivors. And she's going to dole out 3 of those med kits
Okay.
and give everybody 1 of each of the pills that she found, because you said there were 6 of each, right? Of the never sleep, hydration. What was
Yep.
the last one?
It was the Nexlopleve, something like that. I'll let you guys know what they all do.
Okay.
Okay.
Would I recognize what the pills are and what they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one, the hydration one obviously will prevent any dehydration. The never sleep
Right.
is gonna give you energy.
Yeah. Okay.
There's gonna be enough med kits for 3 of you, basically, because I'm keeping 1. So 1 person will have to go without a med kit.
All right. So, Davis, Sammy, Quinn, come get your med kits.
Don't come tell me twice.
Sammy will
Just
I'll
make
take it.
sure that you note those items on your character sheet, and I will let you know like the pills and everything. What else would you guys like to look at?
I'm gonna look at the life support monitor to see if there's any additional information
Okay.
I can glean.
So it looks like this is still on reserve power. It looks like it's not going to be fully functional until life support is restored to the ship.
Nobody's happened to found a key card to get us into Mother yet, have they?
Not yet, but I'm thinking if we open up one of those cryopods, we'll probably get something there. I'm not doing that alone, though. I don't know what state these people are going to be in when they wake up.
I'll go.
All right, we'll go. We'll make a plan in a second. I
Can
think.
I?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, can I see if their pilot stations, if they're showing any, like any damage to the ship?
So as you approach Pilot Station 1, you will note that someone has taken an axe to it. It is in fact left embedded in the console. While it looks untouched, Station 2 is also dead, something that is not evident until power will be restored. So, as far as you know, both stations are completely dead. You may be able to salvage some of the parts and get at least one station working, but you won't be able to know for sure until power is restored.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take that axe.
Okay.
I can't pilot it, but I got.
It's not.
an
It's
axe,
no
and I think
crowbar, but an axe will do.
It's good enough, I guess.
I think Diana's moved to the command station to give it a once over.
It still seems. You note that it's likely you're going to need the power for this station. Not much you can do until power comes back on.
All right.
Can
Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, can Sammy walk over to the sensor station?
Hmm?
What all is
So
sensor free?
this looks like it was damaged by some fire, but it looks like it can be repaired. If this looks like one of the stations that still has a little bit of juice left to it, where you're still getting some sort of something's going on here, where you're able to probably it'll still function, but you're going to need to make me a Comtech roll.
Okay. And one stress die.
Mm-hmm. Let me know what you get on your stress die.
Okay, hold on time. I have two windows open, one for stress and one for normal. So I got a 4 on the stress die and 4 successes. 4 6s on the Comtech roll.
So Sammy, you are getting to work trying to repair the sensor station. And you know that the sensor station, it accounts for everything outside of the ship, basically. It's going to account for all the star systems, any sort of other ships that might be in the area, which you would probably guess the Montero would ping off of it, that sort of thing. But that's going to take you about 20 minutes. And just as Sammy is about to start working, you hear a thrum of power throughout the ship. The reactor has just almost like kicked on again.
Someone pressing buttons.
And the lights in the bridge begin to flicker on. It seems that Mother 2000 has awoken. And with that comes the life support systems back online.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Jay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. I think that Reagan will look at Diana. Cryopods.
I think it's best we go take a look at those.
Quinn, you coming?
On it.
Is this an axe or no axe situation?
I don't know. Pick up the axe and see what you can do with it. Sammy, can you get down to life support? Start working on that. Abigale, why don't you go with Sammy? See if you can lend a hand somewhere.
Sure.
I don't want anybody splitting up. Nobody's going alone anymore. Something about that just kind of... I might have pissed my pants. Who knows? Let's go to cryo.
All right. So is it going to be Christensen, Hames, and Valentine going to cryo?
Yeah.
As you guys make your way up there, following the same path that you followed coming down, you make your way through into the cryo chamber, and you'll note that it seems that the sleeping crew of the Cronus is beginning to wake. And you hear Mother 2000, her voice droning. Warning, cryo chambers deactivated. And you know that this is going to take a few minutes. You've awoken from hypersleep many times before. You know that it takes a little bit for you to basically thaw out. But you do note that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crew members of the Cronus that seem to be awakening.
All right, no sudden movements. Let them have a moment. Soft voices.
As they come out, there's a couple of people. I think there's like 3 men and 2 women. The one man who you assume is the XO, sort of very confused. It's like he's holding his head. He's looking around. What's going on?
All right, easy. We got a distress signal.
Did you take care of it?
Take care of what?
Oh, you don't know what you got into.
From the Montero. We got pulled in by a distress signal, and we came aboard, and what did we get ourselves into?
Something in some kind of virus. I don't know. We were quarantining. I'm sure you've seen the bodies, no?
You mean those bodies? And she's gonna point over to the mummified bodies, or do you mean the body
He kind of like
outside
looks
the-
like in disgust, like away from them, like other ones.
Sir, can you state your name and your role on the Cronus?
Exo Johns. And then the others will sort of start to list off who they are. Sergeant Reed. There's 2 doctors, Cooper and Flynn. And then the company rep, Clayton.
All right. So we came aboard.
Cooper,
Obviously-
Dr. Cooper, you note, is like sitting on the edge of the cryo bed. His head is in his hands.
Captain Valentine, can I have a word with you privately for a moment?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
She's gonna step out of the room and far enough away that the people currently waking up from cryo cannot hear their discussion.
Mhm.
Captain Valentine, I'm afraid we're going to need to quarantine these people. If there was indeed some sort of outbreak on this ship, we cannot risk our people getting infected.
I agree with you, but I'd really like to know what kind of virus caused whatever the fuck happened here. I've got a lot of questions. I want my crew kept away from them.
Of course.
Let's call it what it is. I don't really like corporate. You know that. I don't really give a shit if you don't like me. But in this moment, you and we've got some responsibility here. I think we can agree to disagree on a lot of things, but my number one priority is my crew.
That's why we need to quarantine these people as soon as possible. I know
Agreed.
that we both have questions, but we have a job to do here.
Yeah. All right. Where do
We're
you
going to need
suppose
that
we-
card from the corporate liaison. We're going to need access to Mother. I'm not sure he's going to give that up so easily to us. Are you willing to take the necessary steps to do what we need to do here to protect our people and complete our job, Captain Valentine?
Diana, I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to protect my people first. I don't think you need to question that.
Very good.
We're going
Let
to
me,
cut to Sammy and Davis. What is it that you are doing on the bridge?
I'm gonna start checking life support systems, see if they're coming back online,
Okay.
and then once I find out kind of what's going on, we'll move from there.
So you
Okay.
go.
I'm holding a flashlight, metaphorically.
When power is restored to the station, the monitors are sort of flashing red. It looks like carbon dioxide. What you had seen from the terminal, Sammy, carbon dioxide content in the ship's recycled air is high. Maintenance must be performed on the air scrubbers. The carbon filters in the oxygen generation system must be replaced.
All right. Sammy will relay this information to Abigale and start heading towards the oxygen scrubbers on the lower deck.
All right.
Just as you guys are about to leave the bridge, there's a sudden ping from the sensor station. And then another. And it's just sort of steady beat.
Sammy will walk over and look to see if he can determine what is happening.
You're looking, and it seems like there's some sort of nearby ship. You think it might be, maybe it's pinging the Montero.
Damn thing seems busted.
Well, I did find this fire axe in the piloting station, so this whole
Yeah,
thing
this-
seems a little busted.
Let's hope in more ways than one.
back in the cryo chamber, you guys know that the surviving crew members of the Cronus likely will need medical attention, attention that you're not going to be able to provide to them here in the cryo chamber, so it's likely you're going to need to make your way back down to the med lab to do so.
Okay. I think Reagan's going to go ahead and step back away from the conversation with Diana. Exile, can you get your people over to the med bay? I think it's best that maybe you guys get some attention there and possibly remain quarantined there.
He sort of like shakes his head. Yeah, God. And the other members of the crew, Sergeant Reed's kind of like, what happened? Oh my God. And they're looking around, and John's definitely seems to have like a little bit more, he's a little bit more with it. But the other members, it seems like maybe they don't quite remember what happened. They're definitely really disoriented. You think you might have to help them down to med bay?
Diana, I'll take them down to med bay. If you want to come with me, or if you want to hang out with Quinn.
Yeah, if you could just give me a moment with Clayton.
Most certainly.
She's going to step over to Clayton. Hello, Clayton. I am Diana Christensen, the corporate liaison with Wayland Yutani. I will be requiring your access card to access Mother 2000. Do you have that on you currently, or know where that could be?
She looks a little confused. She kind of like pats herself too. I don't have it on me right now. Did you check the corporate suite?
I have checked the suite.
And she sort of shakes her head. She's like, I can't remember right now. Everything's really hazy. I can't remember.
Well, we are going to take you up to the med bay now. If you could try to focus and think on that. It's very important that we find this card. Perhaps you know where the captain of the Cronus is?
It's just, John's is, I guess, effectively captain.
She's going to turn to John's.
Yeah.
Do you have the access card to Mother?
Yeah, we'll be able to get into Mother.
May I have that card, please?
He like digs into like his back pocket, and comes out with an access card for you.
She takes it and slips it into her pocket. All right, let's get you guys up to med bay quickly.
You all,
and she's gonna help whoever she needs to help on their way up.
You all navigate through to med bay very easily. Christensen, you know where med bay is, having visited it previously. You do know that these people might need some help recovering. You can kind of leave them to their own and maybe they'll figure it out, but you know that it would benefit them if you were to help them in some way. But that is up to you and your decision
it's
as a crew.
Me and Hames.
You, Hames, and
Valentine.
Yep.
And Valentine gave one of the med kits to Hames.
Yes. But wouldn't the medical equipment be now functioning?
Yes. So you would be able to make some medical rolls, medical aid rolls, I believe they are. You wouldn't have to actually use your med kits.
Okay.
It would certainly help, but you won't have to use that.
Okay. I mean, I'll definitely make some rolls to kind of check people out.
All right. So basically, what has to happen is you have to make a medical aid roll for every single person. So that's going to be for how many are there? I believe there's Johns, Reed, Cooper, Flynn, and Clayton. So 5. You're going to have to make 5 medical aid rolls.
Has anyone spec'd into this?
I have.
Out of the three of us?
Yeah, I do. I have points in medical aid.
Okay.
And wits. I've dumped into wits. So, that's 5d6.
Is that wit or empathy on that?
I think it's
Or is
empathy.
it still, I'm still beepy
Cool.
on it. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I need to do that how many times?
5.
You said 5 times.
Yeah.
Okay. here
Unless
we
you want to
go.
tell them to go fuck themselves. Like,
Now, 2 successes
okay.
on the first one.
So you're helping Johns at this point, and he seems to be a little bit more. You give him some, what little rations you're able to find. He seems to be coming out of it a little bit, still a little disoriented, rubbing his head a little bit, not quite really knowing, trying to put the pieces together, you feel is what he's doing.
I give him some juice. Okay. Next one is 1 success.
Okay. Sergeant Reed, it looks like he's one of the Marines on the ship.
Nice. Second one is 2 successes.
Okay, that's Flynn. Once you get Flynn up, Flynn seems to be doing a lot better. He's the medic, so he's going to be able to sort of go through and take care of the other 2, luckily enough.
Handy.
And Cooper still, Dr. Cooper. As he's sort of leaning against one of the medbay beds, my head hurts so bad. And he seems to just be clutching at his head a lot.
I'm gonna shoot a look over to Diana.
Oh, she's already looking at you.
I'm gonna back away a few steps, so I'm side by side with Diana. Remember that thing about aiming and shooting?
And he starts
Yes,
to
ma'am.
speak, and it's incoherent. And blood seeps out of his nose and ears. Bloody eyes roll over white as he begins to convulse and writhe against the wall.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
Johns, do you know what's going on?
You note that the crew of the Cronus begin to back away. Are you going to try to help, or Dr. Cooper?
XL, what's wrong with him?
You see
shaking his head.
Diana backing away and out of the door.
I'm drawing my service weapon. XL, what's wrong with him?
In the depths of a seizure now, Cooper flails about at everything and everyone. With a sickening pop and a bloody splash, his eyeball launches from his face and smacks into Valentine before bouncing across the floor and rolling under a cryotube.
Gross.
You pause.
Valentine, I think it's... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Valentine, I think it's time you step out of the room.
I'm gonna raise my service weapon as I am taking a step back.
A slender, gore-covered arm pushes its way out of Cooper's empty eye socket, reaches around, and tugs at his distended mouth. As spindly white fingers yank his teeth back, Cooper does not scream. It's clear that he isn't in his own head anymore. Something else is, and it wants out. Flesh tears and tendons snap as the thing inside his splintering skull pulls his face open right at the jawline. Finally, a thick gurgling sound wells up inside Cooper as his head is ripped from his body, his neck gushing as whatever was inside him flops to the floor in a burst of blood. Kill it now, someone yells.
I shoot it.
The translucent white thing on the floor sloughs off its placenta and struggles to stand on all four wobbly, fawn-like legs. Shaking brain matter from its spiky hide, the bloodburster turns its bulbous eyeless head towards you, right as you shoot at it. Please make me an attack roll.
No problem. And this is close combat?
Yep.
Okay. So my strength plus my close combat. I would like to use an advantage.
Mhm.
Do I just add another die?
Yep.
Woo! 2 successes.
Woo! Okay. Let me... Sorry, guys. I'm still new at this. So you are going to attack it. What is the... What are you... You're shooting it with your service pistol?
Uh-huh.
What is the damage for that?
It doesn't tell me.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Great.
As
Love
you
that.
as you shoot at it, you blow one of its limbs off, and it begins to scuttle and scurry away. You note that it disappears up into one of the vents, and all you hear is this faint rattling that just sort of fades off as it gets further and further into the vents. And then it's gone, just as quick as it came into this world.
All crew, all crew. There's something in the vents.
Can you be more specific about something?
Well, no, I can't. It's something. I shot it once. All crew, weapons drawn.
We don't have any weapons.
You have a cutting tool.
Kim, I got a fire axe and I'm not very good at it.
Okay.
Any progress on life support?
Gotta clean the air scrubbers.
All right.
I just want to clarify. Air scrubbers means we gotta go into the vents.
Yep,
Hey,
you noticed that too.
Yep, they're real tiny holes, people sized.
Well, it's all right. Quinn's got a flamethrower.
And he's not with us.
He's about to be. Quinn,
You really think I'm going to be able to fit in those vents?
I think your flamethrower can.
Okay, but I don't think my flamethrower can use its hands to clean things.
Quinn,
John's
figure it out.
comes up to you, Valentine. You got a ship, don't you? Let's get the fuck out of here.
That's
That's
valid.
not the directive.
Yeah, here's the thing though, Diana, is that wasn't a part of the directive either. So I think that's a great idea, actually, XO. I think that we should all leave. Diana, if you want to finish the mission, by all means. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
We didn't know really what was in here in the first place, so we were expected to deal with anything, right?
Yeah, fuck it. Fire me.
I have a question, Mother.
Hmm?
Are they all speaking in the med pod right now?
Hmm?
Okay, and I backed out of the door, so I'm in the med lab.
Mhm.
And can I close that door?
Don't you fucking do it.
You sure can if you want to.
And can I lock that door?
Yes.
That's exactly what I would like to do.
Yeah. The door closes, and through the little window, you see Diana Christensen standing there.
All crew, all crew. Corporate Diana is now an enemy of my ship.
I'm sorry, Captain Valentine, but I am not your enemy. I am trying to do as told. There was a directive here.
Then fire me. I'm leaving.
You are now quarantined, Captain Valentine. with the
That's
rest
all
of the survivors of the Cronus.
Yeah, well,
Unfortunately, I saw an alien object hit you. You could be infected.
Don't I have my thing on still? I never took it off.
You do have your EVA suit on, yes,
Oh yeah,
but
she does have her EVA suit on.
Yeah. Diana, it's my crew. Where do you think loyalty lies? I take care of my people.
Am I locked in
Bye-bye.
there with the captain?
I don't know.
Where were you standing? Were you in there with everybody?
you were in there with you were in the med pod.
Okay. I'm like, what if I don't really stand with the captain? Would you be able to unlock, let me out, and relock it?
Be a traitor.
Captain
Quinn.
Valentine, I asked you to step out of the door. You ignored this. I'm sorry, but you knew what we were coming here to do. I
Okay.
received direct orders from Wayland Yutani.
All crew. Diana's gone ahead and just locked me in the med pod. Would love to get out.
You
Do
hear
with
a
that
crackle
information what you will.
in the comms. Captain Valentine. It's Mother. Displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent. Fission reactor overload in T-minus 10 minutes. And that is where we are going to end today's session.
God damn it.
My cat's on that ship.
Damn.
You promised.
It hasn't exploded yet. Calm down. All right, guys. I hope we had fun. I know Bones and Creep had fun yelling at each other. So
I always have fun yelling at Creep.
we're going to go around. Tell us who you are. If we can find you anywhere on the internet. If you got anything coming up, we'll start with Jay.
Yes. Hi, I'm Jay. I'm at TheYellowCubes on all social media and also on Twitch. I was hoping to stream all this week, but it turns out I got taken out. I got ops, and it's called the flu. But I will be streaming some For the King and some other games probably. So if you want to hop on to my Twitch channel, please do.
Lil Bones.
Hey, it's me, LittleBones309. Yeah, so what do I got going on, you might ask? Well, I've got a stream tomorrow night. It's AAA Saturday. I'm probably playing COD. Shocking. I know. And then Sunday fun day with me and Myriad. I don't know what we're playing. We're probably gonna play more Minecraft. I don't know. Maybe we'll make another Ark.
I like the arc.
The Ark's so good. And then of course this week you will catch me on Wednesday for Sherzies doing a little wish list Wednesday, and then some more game development on Thursday. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. Mournian.
I am Mournian. You can typically find me in any of these lovely ladies' chats being a pain in their butt. Apart from that, bro, I might stream again one day. Who knows? We'll find out. It'll be a surprise to all of us, including me.
Joel.
It's Joel. Yeah, so you might be wondering what I got in the works. I got a lot of stuff. Coming up tomorrow's a big schedule of. Then after that, I got a big docket planned for some. And then, yeah, that's probably what's going to be going on the rest of the week.
Read the Bible.
Creep, please save me.
Hi, I'm DarlingCreepshow, and you can find me all across the interwebs as DarlingCreepshow. And I will be back on my channel on Sunday night, painting some more Warhammer, and I have some fun stuff to unbox. I have another Warhammer figure. I'm really excited about it. So come hang out and watch me, paint some penitent engines. It'll be super fun. And thanks for having me, Myriad. This is super fun.
Thanks for being on my channel, Creep. Hi guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks. Oh no. Thanks for hanging out.
Die.
I hopefully I will not sound like this next week. But thank you for hanging out. Thanks for coming and chilling with us for some Alien. I've been dying to run this cinematic, and I get to do it with my favorite people, so that's really fun. What do we got coming up the rest of the week? Well, we have Sunday Fun Day with Little Bones 309. And then I don't know what I'm doing next week. The world is my oyster, I think, or whatever. Yeah, if you like what you see here on this channel, we do a lot of variety gaming. We do a lot of TTRPG content. We do a lot of art stuff now. That's like a new thing I've been delving into. Really weird. Me, an artist, actually doing art. Crazy. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back next week for episode 2. There is going to be 3 episodes for the cinematic, so we'll be on next week and the following week after, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. God bless you. And now we are going to go raid over into Aaron My Laundry. It looks like they are playing some Enshrouded. So we're going to go say hi to Aaron. And thanks for hanging out. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye. Come back.